Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Held Dominance, Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up, Kaufusi is on the move for 2023. The NRL have decided to tweak rules yet again, and a delay to a returning rule made by the RFL. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide so that we can get the message out for our rugby channel and also rugby league in general. We need you need rugby league, so why not get it all together? But in the meantime, tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think Kaufusi is going to do well in his move to the Cronulla Sharks in 2023? Do you think that the NRL are getting involved in the rules too often and they're doing too much? I know I do, but you tell me in the comments. And do you think it's a good idea to suspend Scrums for the 2022 season due to the pandemic? Again, I think it's the right choice at this time. But playing by ear is always a good idea. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment on anything that you've heard in today's video. But in the meantime, stay safe, all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. In what's been an ugly month for the Parramatta Eels, having seen 4 players go by the wayside, including Daly M second row of the year as Isaiah Papali'i going to West Tigers, Marius Marata Nuakore going to the Warriors, and Ray Stone going to the Dolphins. There is another forward on the move. This time it is, you guessed it, Kaufusi, as he is joining Cronulla on a 2-year deal for 2023. All these players going out are leaving Parramatta, and there will be some rebuilding still to go, even though they have just signed Josh Hodgson for 2023. So now that means that Kaufusi's last season with the club in 2022, before he makes the move to Southern Sydney to join the Sharks. Kaufusi was at Wentworthville and also came through the Parramatta junior system before making it up to the first team. He made his debut in the NRL in 2018. Since making his debut, Kaufusi has made 44 appearances in the NRL for the Eels, scoring 2 tries. His first of them came in Parramatta's first game at their new Combat Stadium against the Wests. His second came earlier this year against Brisbane. Kaufusi has played for New South Wales at the representative stage throughout his junior career at under 16, under 18s and under 20s, where he also represented Australian schoolboys during that period. The Eels general manager Mark O'Neill told the club website, "OreGONE is a good young man and a talented footballer who has been willing to work hard and contribute to the team in whatever role he has been given. We would have loved to extend OreGONE's time with the Eels, but as we manage our roster over the coming seasons, it hasn't been possible, and OreGONE has taken up the opportunity with another club. We look forward to OreGONE continuing to make a positive contribution to the club in the 2022 season and wish him and his partner all the best for 2023 and beyond." At 22 years old, he still has time to grow and develop into a decent NRL player, even possibly as good as anything about. 6'2", big fella, 114 kg, who was born in Auckland in New Zealand of Tongan descent. Plays as a prop, and he played 21 games for Parramatta during the 2021 season. Did not play in either of the 2 finals matches against Newcastle or Perth, Penrith, sorry, which may have been one of the contributing factors where run close but didn't actually get over the line to get to that final stage. Still means that they got to the semi-finals, but yeah, with all these players in 2023 leaving, there's a chance that Parramatta could go backwards. On the Parramatta Eels website, they just see that he's been part of the club and repeated everything what I've said in this conversation. But for the Sharks, no actual word from Kaufusi about his move, as he's probably focused on him, but gives a bit of a feedback about who he was from before. But they're saying he's an aggressive and hard running forward that is set to have plenty of size and depth to the Sharks forward pack for 2023 going forward. So he'll be there until 2025 and probably be their main forward if he progresses as they feel that he can. So this one's an easy one, as the NRL have announced their intentions to tweak the 6 again rule once more, from a competition that tweaks rules every single year and doesn't leave anyone to breathe in rugby league. It's kind of an unwritten rule that you're going to get some changes before the season started, and it's reported that the one rule change to the 6 again rule is coming, and it's the attacking side, if they've got the ball deep in their own half, will get will get penalties rather than the 6 again call. It's only until the attacking team is in the opponent's half when the 6 again rule comes into play. So they've done it from slowing down. Well, last year they basically said the 6 again rule was introduced during the pandemic and forced lockdown in 2020 in an attempt to speed up the game, allowing teams to receive a 6 again for ruck infringements rather than a penalty. The introduction of the rule forces the team to find other ways of preventing the opposition from scoring on their own line, which has had a massive impact on defensive lines and their ability to cope with fatigue from repeat sets. In 2021, the 6 again rule was expanded to include offsides, but the team regularly exploited the rule, using it to prevent as a preventative measure to stop teams from scoring. The NRL were criticised for expanding the rule, with offending teams giving away infringements in their own half and failing to penalise early in the second count instead. The Daily Telegraph reported that the NRL was going to change the rule to see teams awarded a penalty with offside decisions and ruck infringement offences in their own half rather than a 6 again. So it's basically halving what the rule was before. However, once the attacking team passes the halfway mark, the 6 again rule will be applied for all ruck infringements and offsides. The NRL is reluctant to make too many rule changes. They believe this is a major flaw in the rules that teams are exploiting. So, finally, they're adjusting the rules slightly rather than going, oh, we're doing this. But they've not taken away the 2-point drop goal rule yet, which hardly anyone touched last season. I think there was 2 in the entire NRL. But they are set to make the announcement official regarding the rule change before the commencement of pre-season fixtures in February. So where I see it being beneficial is when attacking teams trying to turn the screw on defensive teams, and if an offensive team on their own try line win a tackle, getting the fast play of the ball. And all that happens instead of saying slowing down the next tackle, or slowing down that tackle won by the attacking team, is a 6 again, because it's only one tackle extra, but they're still down at the bottom, which they can force a mistake. So a penalty does make sense more than anything. So just to rehash, the 6 again rule will only occur when you're attacking in the opponent's half, and penalties will be given instead for the normal infractions, or offside and ruck infringements while you're carrying the ball in your own half. Might stop the 6 against coming fast and fluid every single game and blow out scores. So in what was a change of decision, Rugby League Chiefs have delayed the decision on the return of Scrums for 2022 amid concerns of the Omicron variant and a number of unvaccinated players. The RFL board have supported its Laws Committee's recommendation to reintroduce the set piece for the 2022 campaign if 85% of the players have been double vaccinated by December 31st. But with the threshold not yet having been met in either Super League at 80%, just over 80.5%, and the Championship at 81.71%, the decision will now be postponed until the end of next month about the return of Scrums. Karen Morehouse, the RFL's regulatory officer, said, "We have not mandated vaccines, but we have worked with clubs to encourage their players to do their part, both for the sport and in a national battle against COVID-19. Considering progress has been made over the last couple of months, with some clubs setting an outstanding lead in terms of vaccination rates and now boosters. We recognise this delay is far from ideal for coaches and players as they prepare for the 2022 season with ongoing uncertainty, but in a rapidly changing landscape, this is appropriate and a responsible course of action as things stand." Yes, that's right. It's affecting the clubs as their preparations are for and without Scrums. And they were told that they were going to be with Scrums this year. Maybe they would have signed other players if they weren't going to have Scrums in 2022. But now it's been delayed a month. It gives a bit more time for Rugby League as a whole to get vaccinated. 80.66%. That's low from what I was told previously. I thought it was nearer towards 90. I think that's just in a few clubs. I know that Warrington recently did a vaccine drive involving their players, and their social media pages shown that they were all going getting the vaccines. So that's a positive that they're showing that they're going for it, and it might mean that people in the public might follow suit in the Warrington area as they're their heroes. The RFL has urged clubs to encourage all their players to have the booster jabs, as those taking part in Scrums who have not been vaccinated will currently be required to isolate for 10 days as close contacts of anyone who tests positive for COVID-19. So, being without your club, being without your top player, for instance, or your best goal forward player due to a COVID-19 10-day isolation would be catastrophic for some teams. For instance, I'm just picking one out of my head, David Fafita at Wakefield. If he gets a positive test, they are a step back from what they are as a go-forward team in the pack. They need all the players on the pitch all the time. Granted, there will be some that will step up, but they can't do it all the time. But if they play 2 games in 7 days, for instance, which is a definite possibility, maybe even 3, they could lose one of their players and be near the bottom of the league. That should scare any team, as it affects their bottom line. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments, then we can get to the bottom. What's going on?